Hello everyone and welcome to the Pokebattler website. My name is Famous from FLW Videos, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about the top 6 counters versus a legendary Pokemon known as Lugia. So we actually have a lot of flexibility going up against this Pokemon, so if you were looking for a challenge, looking for some diversity, Lugia is definitely going to be the one that you want to go with. In at the number 1 position we have Darkrai. So for Darkrai you want to go with Snarl as well as Shadow Ball, but if you don't necessarily have that, just check out these alternative movesets. Go ahead and try to save yourself some TMs. If you've got Dark Pulse, go ahead and keep it, for example. It really doesn't drop in performance that much. The ratings are looking solid. Consistency is the lowest among the 3, but still pretty good. Its rankings at level 35. It is actually ranked 2nd overall. We'll talk about the first overall one very shortly, but Darkrai is looking good. It's got a lot of neutral situations in this case, as well as some resistance versus that Future Sight. And for those out there who are interested in doing some short manning, you could potentially do this with 3 Pokemon or 3 trainers, for example. It's just going to be a little difficult to do, so you are going to want to go with 4 just to be safe. But by the way, if you're low on trainers, head over to Ho-Oh instead if you're looking for those resources. But Darkrai is a solid option. In at the 2nd position, we have the Giratina Origin form with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball. Check this out. Its rating is amazing. Looks so good on this Pokemon. A drop in performance though for those movesets, so definitely go with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball. Overall ranking of 1st at level 35. A beast of a Pokemon. Once again, some neutral situations, and then some resistance versus that Hydro Pump. So Giratina Origin form is looking solid. Up next is Weavile. Typically considered to be a glass cannon, but it's actually looking good versus Lugia, where we've got Snarl and then Avalanche, and we do have some alternative moves that are actually pretty good, so just kind of consider those. That way you can save yourself some of those TMs. 5-star on damage, 3-star on bulk, 3-star on that consistency, an overall ranking of 7th at level 35. It does faint a little bit more, but at the same time it's not drastic, so I still think it is going to be a solid option. We've got some neutral situations, and then Future Sight definitely looking good in that way. Once again, short manning is looking good as well. Just kind of keep that in mind. Into the number 4 position, we have Raikou. So this is going to be the first electric type Pokemon that we see on this list. With Thunder Shock and Wild Charge, we have some alternative movesets that are not going to be too bad. And you could technically go ahead and use Shadow Ball if you want to. I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of a fun one to use. We've got a 5-star on damage, 4-star on bulk, 4-star on consistency. And then when we take a look at the defenses, neutral situations all around, and then of course some resistances as well. It has an overall ranking of 6th in this case versus Lugia. So Raikou, not necessarily that bad of an option. In at the number 5 position, we've got Rampardos. So Rampardos is going to be representing the Rock team, so attacking that flying type. With Smackdown and Rock Slide, big drop off on the other movesets. We've got a 5-star on damage and not looking good on really anything else. So it is definitely the glass cannon of the bunch. And, you know, you've got that situation versus Hydro Pump, not a good thing. We do have some resistances in neutral situations. It actually has an overall ranking of 15th. It's going to faint a ton. So it's one of those situations where it can get out a ton of power, but it is going to faint a lot. So it's something that you're just going to have to consider. Then finally, into the number 6 position, our 2nd best electric type Pokemon, and that's going to be Electivire. Thunder Shock and Wild Charge is the moveset you want to go with. You don't want to use anything else in this case. We've got a 5-star on damage, 2-star on bulk, and then a 3-star on that consistency. As far as its power and potions, I mean, it's just going to faint a lot. So just kind of keep that in mind. A little bit of a glass cannon that does have some neutral matchups as well as some resistances. So that's at least looking good in that case. But anyways, if you want to go ahead and check out some alternative options, go ahead and head over to the Pokebattler website. Try out some of those alternative movesets. Kind of get specifically focused down. You can see a little bit of rotation and let them know that I sent you.